So today we're going to be talking about Tor, the Onion Routing Project. Now, many of you, probably like myself, have never heard of Tor before. The most I heard of it was from a friend who said that Criminal Minds uses it to track people on the dark web. That's about the extent of what I knew coming into this. However, after research, I have found that Tor, otherwise known as the Onion Routing Project, is a volunteer operated server that allows people to improve their privacy and security on the internet. It allows connecting through a series of virtual tunnels rather than a direct connection, which allows both organizations and individuals to share information over public networks without compromising their privacy. So many individuals use Tor to keep websites from tracking them and their family members, or to connect to news sites, instant messaging services, or the like when these are blocked by their local internet providers. It lets users publish websites and other services without needing to reveal the location of the site. Individuals also use Tor for socially sensitive communication, chat rooms, web forums, for rape and abuse survivors or people with illnesses. Now, it's simply something that you can download onto your computer that allows for this privacy network. So on the website, it says download Tor, and depending on the level that you want, it depends on the privacy that, or the what you can actually access. Now, why is it considered the dark web? What we know about the dark web is that darknet websites are accessible only through networks such as Tor and I2P. It uses encryption technology, routes users' data through a large number of servers, protecting the user's identity and guarantees anonymity. So they use Tor because, like we said, Tor blocks users, or blocks someone from seeing who is accessing these sites. So how they explained it was that when we're on the internet, we leave a footprint. We may have visited a Nordstrom's, and then we go to a different website, and all of a sudden we have Nordstrom's ads popping up on our websites. By going through Tor, it blocks, we all have the same face. They can't tell who's seeing what. It can't target us in any way for what we've been accessing or anything like that. You remain anonymous. Now, on the dark web, the top three users of Tor accessing the dark web is Germany, China, and the United States. Among that is 126 other countries who were observed as using it as well. Now, what can we access on the dark web? We can access Bitcoin services, darknet markets, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's kind of like what you see in the movies and stuff, where you can sell drugs, sell illegal drugs, sell weapons. You can sell pretty much a lot of illegal things that you wouldn't be able to access through a normal internet server. It also includes hackers who sell their services either individually or part of groups. There are numerous carding forums such as PayPal and Bitcoin trading companies, as well as fraud and counterfeiting services. A lot of times we hear about hoaxes and unverified accounts where they'll send out massive scams to emails. There are reports of crowdfunded assassinations and hitman for hire. The phishing and scams, it's where phishing, they clone websites and other scam sites with darknet markets, with fraudulent URLs. And a big one is terrorism. There's some real and fraudulent websites claiming to be ISIS, including a fake one named that was seized called Operation Anonymous. But a lot of times they use the dark web to just communicate with each other, keep it anonymous, keep it off the radar of a lot of big government companies. Users. So there are many different people who can access and use Tor. A lot of people who are accessing it are journalists. They like to use Tor to communicate more safely with whistleblowers or descendants. Non-government organizations use Tor to allow their workers to connect to their home website while they're in a foreign country without notifying everybody nearby that they're working with that organization. But a lot of times journalists like to use it because they can't be targeted for what they post, or they can remain anonymous without having to worry about someone tracking them. Some popular groups use Tor as a mechanism for maintaining civil liberties online. Corporations use it as a safe way to conduct competitive analysis, protect sensitive patterns from eavesdroppers, and it's also used to replace traditional VPNs, which reveal the exact amount and timing of communications. And surprisingly, a branch of the US Navy uses Tor for open source intelligence gathering, and one of its teams used Tor while deployed in the Middle East recently. Law enforcement uses it for visiting or surveilling websites without leaving government IP addresses in their web logs, and for security during sting operations. So it does have the plus sides. It's not all scary dark web. It can be used to I guess, in a sense, listen to chatter, see what's going on, and also keep that with, and not have to worry about being scrutinized for what you're posting. So a lot of countries where journalists don't have the chance or don't have the opportunity of freedom of speech, they can use this to post what they feel and others can view it, and if Tor isn't actually blocked from their internet. Now, Tor claims that it doesn't enable criminals to do bad things. They explain that criminals can already do bad things. They can steal cell phones, they can use them, they toss them in a ditch. They can crack computers wherever they are to launch abusive activities. They can use spyware, viruses, and other techniques. But Tor can fight identity theft, physical crimes like stalking, and so on, and it works towards separating the role of willing to donate resources to the network from the role of willing to deal with exit abuse complaints. So yes, criminals can use Tor, but according to them, they have better options, and it seems unlikely that taking Tor away from the world will stop them from doing bad things. But again, it fights identity theft, physical crimes, etc., or at least tries to. And according to Tor, they actually, in the grand scheme of things, don't get a whole lot of abuse. The network has been running since October 2003, and it's only really generated a handful of complaints. It's a privacy-oriented network on the net, and so it attracts its fair share of crazy people and jerks and the evil of the world. But the way that it holds its policies hopes to sustain the bad of it. All right, and my references, I found a lecture notes on the misuses, etc. of Tor. I used a lot of the websites. They gave a lot of information on their websites, a lot of frequently asked questions, a huge overview of what they do, including a video. And my last reference was Wikipedia, mainly to kind of discuss what the dark web was and the difference between dark web and darknet. All right, thank you.